Folks, how are you doing? Mark and Ladi back again.
Howdy, folks.
We're doing a Ladi's Rockucation. We just reacted to The Unforgiven because I wanted Ladi to listen and watch Unforgiven, Unforgiven II, and Unforgiven III in succession and tell us what he thinks.
And actually, what happened is I came over to Mark's house and I was really happy, and he decided he needed to make me sad. So we're going to watch things that are going to make me cry.
You know what? You're way too joyful. You have too much joy today, and I can't abide it. So let's listen to some depressing music.
I just want to say this feels so weird. Usually I'm on the other side and Mark is on this side, but he's rearranged the studio. It flip-flopped, and I'm confused.
I did the flip-flop.
And I want to look over here for you, but you're over there.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, folks, we're going to take a look today at The Unforgiven II. Now,
are you going to tell them that it's a Rockucation?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, well, I figured they watched part one. But this is a Ladi's Rockucation, and a Ladi's Rockucation is... Explain it, because this is your segment.
A Ladi's Rockucation is specifically designed for Mark, this guy, to expose me to music that I would never listen to, because I'm going to tell you right now, for my whole life, Metallica has been out of my wheelhouse. But... he made me listen to them, and I found they're not that bad.
And you found the lyrics interesting, at least.
Oh, I found the lyrics heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking. I think that is a good way to say it.
That's what I found.
So, The Unforgiven Part 1, that came off of the Black Album in 1991. That was that huge album for them. And then in 1998, they actually released two albums that essentially that same year, or within like 6 months apart. They released an album called Load and then Reload. And they had recorded so many songs, they essentially had to release two albums. Now, this album is kind of divisive among fans in the same way that every album after Black Album is.
Okay, so is this Load or is this Reload?
This is Reload.
This is Reload. So, were people excited for those albums, or were they mad like they were with the Black Album?
Mad like Black.
Okay.
I just feel
for
like,
both of them, for Load and Reload.
I feel like Metallica fans have a lot in common with Star Wars fans in that they want to see new Star Wars stuff, but the moment they come out, it's like, this is terrible. This is way worse than what we saw before. And then 10 years later, they're like, that's a classic.
Good.
It's a classic. I don't know why people don't like it. I feel like Metallica fans are the exact same fickle assholes as the Star Wars fans. But this is part two, and we're going to hear some interesting things. So first off, apparently when they were writing this, they were just kind of noodling around in the studio, and James was playing a riff. They're like, sounds familiar, what is that? And so they got to talking about it, and it was essentially the Unforgiven riff, but kind of backwards, like the way he was doing it. And so they ended up reworking it into a new song. Now, the first one is essentially, it's kind of heavy in certain places and soft in certain places. This has those soft and heavy places flip-flopped. The other thing that's going to be interesting to you is the beginning of the first one. I don't know if you remember, but we hear a train horn blowing at the first. We're going to hear that again this time. Now, I don't know because I've never read this, but in the song that he did called No Leaf Clover, which was a collaboration with the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra. It was an album series called S&M, where the orchestra teamed up with Metallica to redo their songs.
A no-leaf clover?
So that's the song.
That means there's absolutely no luck? Like it's devoid, it's negative luck?
Yeah, so essentially the chorus of that is, and it comes to pass that the soothing light at the end of your tunnel is a freight train coming your way. So that's the chorus to that.
Okay.
And they start these two songs off with a train horn. So I've always wondered, in the back of my mind, was that a concept? Like when you look at the end of a tunnel and you see a bright light.
And it's
like,
coming.
I'm coming to the bright light. It's a fucking freight train coming your way. So I've always wondered, are these two songs a part of that? I don't know if they are. If any fans out there know if for sure they are, let us know. But same rules apply. I'm not going to stop anything in this one. I'm going to let you stop it whenever you have something that you need to discuss. Does that sound okay?
Very well. That sounds fine.
Here we go. Unforgiven II from 1998.
beside me. Tell me what they've done and speak the words I wanna hear to make my demons run. The door is locked now, but it's open if you're true. If you can understand the me, then I can understand the you.
His voice is so pretty on this one.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
He said he didn't learn to sing until the Black Album. He said that repeatedly. I'm not dogging head, folks. He has said that repeatedly, that he did not learn how to sing until Black.
But he really can sing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the other thing that kind of strikes me, I don't know if it seems that same way to you, feels like country steel guitar.
I was going to say it, but I was afraid you were going to throw something at me because I understand that.
No, I don't care for country at all.
I know, that's us.
I don't care for a very specific type of country. So if you go like before Urban Cowboy, I'm okay with some of that. Like an old Johnny Cash song, I get it. Like okay. I get it. And I feel like, or an old Waylon Jennings song, I get it. And I feel like that's what Hetfield is tapping into there.
Okay.
Beside me, under wicked sky, through black of day, dark of night, we share this paralyzed. The door cracks open, but there's no sun shining through, like hot scarring dark of steel. But there's no sun shining through. No, there's no sun shining through. No, there's no sun shining. What I felt, what I've known. Turn the pages, turn the stone. Behind the door, should I open it for you? Yeah, what I felt, what I've known. Sick and tired, I'll stand alone. Could you be there? 'Cause I'm the one who waits for you. Or are you unforgiven too?
Okay, I'm going to stop you. So is he reaching out? Who is he reaching out to?
Unclear, and a lot of fans argue about this. Who or whom is he reaching out to? So it's hard for me because this is one of those songs that I do feel is extremely poetic. It's hard for me to force a historical reading on it.
Okay.
But this was, again, around the time period when he tried to reconnect with his father, and it did not work out. And so there are a lot of lines about, like, at the beginning of this, if you can understand me, then I can understand the you.
Yeah.
If you come to me, then I'll come to you. Like, there's a lot of lines that are like that. But then he starts using the she pronoun. So who is the she? In a few minutes, well, lay beside me. She loves me not. She loves me still. She'll never love again. So is the protagonist now moving to a different person, or is it the same person? Unclear. And I kind of like that about the song. I really kind of reject one reading of it because I love the ambiguity of it. I love thinking about how this could apply to things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm curious, though. I want to know more, Mark!
I know. And you're not alone, because if you go on any forum that talks about the poetics of songs and this song comes up, boy, people get pissed and get really, they get fired up about it. No, it's about this, idiot. Or no, it's not. It's about, people get fired up about it. But for me, as a fan, I like the fact that there's no real answer here. But one of the things that I do really like is that the to part is an adverb in this. So in the title, it's just the numeral 2, as if it's a sequel to the first one. But in the song, it's not number 2, it's TOO.
Yeah.
Also. Unforgiven as well.
Could this be for his mother?
You know, it could be that too. Come lay beside me. This won't hurt, I swear. She loves me not, she loves me still, but she'll never love again. I don't know. It's a lot of pain, though.
Man.
I know.
Lay beside me. This won't hurt, I swear. She loves me not, she loves me still, but she'll never love again. She lay beside me, but she'll be there when I'm gone, like hot scarring dark as steel. Yes, she'll be there when I'm gone. Yes, she'll be there when I'm gone. Then she'll be there. What I felt, what I've known. Turn the pages, turn the stone. Behind the door, should I open it for you? Yeah, what I felt, what I've known. Sick and tired, I stand alone. Could you be there? 'Cause I'm the one who waits for you. Or are you unforgiven too?
I just saw that giant boulder come out. He just had a horrible childhood, didn't he?
Terrible. Terrible. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I feel like we are lucky to still have him. Either him gone because of his own hands or because of addiction. But I feel like that as fans, we are lucky that we still have him.
See, when I look at this, when I see that part, which is what I felt, what I've known, sick and tired of staying alone, because you'd be there. To me, it makes me feel like you always wonder if people, after they go, at least for me, I don't know if this is true for, if now they know something that they didn't know, and if they would have made those same choices again.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I see.
And to me, because you don't know.
So that moment of clarity.
Did you learn something? Or would you have been?
Yeah.
Would you have been the mother that nurtured, as opposed to the one who?
If you had known what was going to happen, would you have made those same choices? You hope
Yeah,
not.
but it's not even if you had known what had happened health-wise. It's with your husband, with your children, with all the things that you believed from this man who told you they were true, and then he abandoned them all himself.
Right. Yes.
It's the whole damn thing, Mark.
I know.
Lay beside me. Tell me what I've done. The door is closed, so are your eyes. But now I see the sun. Now I see the sun. Yes, now I see it. What I felt, what I've known. Turn the pages, turn the stone. Behind the door, should I open it for you? Yeah, what I felt, what I've known. So sick and tired, I'm staying alone. Could you be there? 'Cause I'm the one who waits
wonder, because he says that thing, and I was looking at the video when he said this, but now I see the sun, now I see the sun. And it made me wonder, because it feels like that should be a happy line, like now I see the sun. But I don't think it's a happy line. To me, it's that feeling when you're so low that you wish everything would end, and it doesn't, and the sun rises again, and now I see the sun. Okay, it's different.
Right.
I'm not happy about it, but I'm still here, and it feels like that kind of thing.
And I'll offer you another reading, if you don't mind me being nerdy
No,
English
you be
professor for a moment.
oh, please.
It reminds me of the allegory of the cave. So Plato's allegory of the cave. For those of you who don't know, Plato's allegory of the cave is this. Imagine there's a cave.
I do know this allegory.
You know this?
I just want to say.
Imagine there's a cave and there are prisoners and they're hanging by the wall and they have never left the cave. They have never known anything but the cave. And in front of them, the cave hooks off to the left and they can't see beyond that hook. But over on the other side of that hook, there's a fire and there are guards. And the guards, to pass the time, make shadow puppets on the wall in front of the prisoners. Now, to the prisoners, that would be reality. The shadow puppets that are in their vision. Now, if one of the prisoners happens to get out, is able to escape, and is able to make his way past the guards, and he sees that it's all just unreal, it's make-believe, and he makes his way up to the surface. The first thing that he'll see is the sun, but the sun will physically hurt him. Because in the allegory, sun is truth, but because he's never seen truth before, it will literally be painful for him. And so I'm wondering here if the light is the pain of truth, the realization of truth. Because that line, and now I see the sun, let's see, where are we at? Turn the page, okay. So one of the bridges is turn the page, turn the stone. Now, the turn the stone thing could have two meanings. The first meaning is obviously turning over stones to find something.
Okay.
But then the lit nerd in me thinks about Sisyphus and a Sisyphean task. Do you remember who Sisyphus was? Pushing the stone up the hill.
I remember things, Mark.
He was damned for eternity to push a stone up a hill that had no end.
I don't know how many years ago this was, but there was a thing that happened where, and I don't remember what happened to the guys in it, but I was listening to it. These people, guys that live either by themselves or with family, they are not the kind of people that are going to meet people. Yeah. They're just home alone.
Right.
And they joined this, what do you call it, a pen pal club?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And they started getting letters from these women who couldn't leave wherever they were for whatever reason. And this went on for like 20 years that they were sharing letters and getting, and then they found out 20 years later that it was one man who had been writing all these letters to like almost 100 different guys.
Oh my God.
And when they found out, what the bulk of them had wished is that they didn't know.
They'd never found out.
Yeah. They would rather have just gone ahead and died believing what they believe. So I see the truth does hurt.
It's the cipher paradox from The Matrix, where Cypher wants to be put back in and he doesn't ever want to know again.
Which movie? Which one is that?
The first Matrix.
Oh my God! How?
He's the one that betrays them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
His deal with the machines was, I want to be reinserted in the Matrix and I never want to remember this at all. Because the unreality is better than the reality.
Yes, the story is better than the truth.
Yeah. Ugh. Heavy.
I take this key and I bury it in you, because you're unforgiven too. Never will, never be, 'cause you're unforgiven too.
Oh my God.
We've only got one more, so
They better bring some cheese or something after this.
I know. We're gonna have to do
need
something
Kit Kats.
to wash this out of our mouths.
Now, are they thematically meant to do? Because he has the little kid in there for a while too. So, is it a flow? Did he do that purposefully from that song to this song? I know you said it's the riff, but is it supposed to be an overwhelming theme?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. And the whole concept of forgiveness throughout our life, throughout different parts of our life, I think is the huge part of the theme. Who can be forgiven? Who should be forgiven? Do I deserve forgiveness? That type of thing. Yeah. Now, the bad thing is the next one didn't have a video with it. No video, but we do have the song. So we'll end here. Then we'll do Unforgiven 3, and then you can tell us your overall view of all three of them. Does that sound okay?
Sounds fine with me.
All right, folks. Let us know in the comments what you think of this one. We'll see you in part 3.
Adios.